Minnesota sports flowing in their veins. Mackie and Judd on Score North and ScoreNorth.com.
Well, we're shooting the ball pretty well from the three-point line. We make 22 threes. You're going to score. You're going to usually put up a big number. We got to the line a lot. We've been getting to the line more and more. Transitions up. Our shot selection's outstanding for the most part. We're taking a lot of really good shots. We're still active on the offensive glass. We're doing a lot of things that we know that, really can affect efficient offense. So right now they're kind of all breaking our way, but we know there'll be times when it doesn't. But right now we're in a groove.
I know Judd's not in the flag studio. Mm-hmm. He's not in the flag studio.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not at home with the flag.
Get the symbolic.
Hold on. There's the flag. Ow! Finchy! Oh, yeah. You pop it, KG.
Rocking my KG hoodie here.
Oh. We have breaking news.
Oh, wow. We just started the show, too. Okay.
Breaking news. Marc-Andre Fleury is going to the Wild.
Whoa.
Oh, my. Oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
What
Audible, baby.
Hold on. Play the song again. I got the virtual Wild flag now.
We got
I got the Wild flag. State of hockey. And now I got the state of hockey flag. Oh, it's off the rails. It didn't even take until the deadline.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, it's funny because we were going to do this episode like later today, the Wild trade deadline episode. But I mean, let's go down this path here. So statements on a Monday. Hi, welcome to Mackie and Judd, daily Minnesota sports entertainment, speculation, therapy. We will talk about the Timberwolves' biggest week in 17 years coming up here, but. Let's start with Declan. Statement number one, now that Marc-Andre Fleury, and by the way, it's going to be, according to Michael Russo, a conditional pick waiting on specifics. I'm sure we will have those before the end of this statements episode, but the Wild have a goaltender.
Yeah, Frank Cervelli, too, reporting that it sounds like a conditional second-round pick that can become a first. So I'm sure maybe with the Wild's playoff run, right, that it could potentially become a first-round pick. My statement is this is the last piece. This is the last piece you need. You are trading for a rental. I get that, but you're also trading for a multiple-time winning Cup goaltender, a guy who's won Vezina trophies, a guy who is one of the most winningest goaltenders in NHL history. Cam Talbot was not good enough. Kaapo Kähkönen isn't ready yet. You had to get someone here to stabilize things. This is worth it. Giving up a second-round pick that you're not going to see for years is fine. And if this becomes a first-round pick, if it indeed does, that's okay. The hockey picks and baseball picks are very similar. If the Wild have the 25th pick in the upcoming draft, now it ends up going to Chicago, we're not going to see that player for 3 to 5 years, and his bust rate is very high. Trading and taking the chance on Marc-Andre Fleury, the Flower, is the right move for the Wild to solidify their chances to making a run at the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Wow.
I got a statement. Where the hell do I live now? Like, what's going on in my state? The Vikings aren't doing a damn thing, which I'm used to them being proactive. The last time that I talked to you guys on a weekday on Friday, the Twins didn't have a shortstop. Now, supposedly Wednesday, they're going to introduce Carlos Bleepin Correa, right? The Wolves are just red hot. And now, congratulations, Bill Guerin, you're going for it. You're going for it. You might fall short. I don't know. But you guys, how refreshing is this? How long did we bag on the teams in this town because they wouldn't pull triggers? Because they were like, well, that's risky. We can't do that, right? This, to me, is exciting because it gets you a goaltender who is going to give, and a player who's going to give your entire roster a jolt. A jolt. Yes.
Get the flags.
You guys, I'm not joking. Carlos Correa is going to be a Twin.
Carlos Correa.
Marc-Andre Fleury, who is goaltending royalty, is coming here. Like, think about this. This is off the charts, un-Minnesotan, and I love it.
Also, all right, I'll jump in here. The Hockey Whisperer. Good thing you got the Hockey Whisperer here to help navigate this wild, pun intended, morning in Minnesota sports. All right.
Oh boy.
But the Hockey Whisperer statement, and this is for the Wild and also for other teams in Minnesota. the risk isn't trading for the established player to put you over the top. The risk is not putting your chips in when you have a chance to win a title. Mm-hmm. So to me, like, it's a little risky to give up, first or second round picks, or in the Twins case, right, one of your top pitching prospects, because what if that guy or that pick turns out to be this or this? Who cares? Maybe these players do. Maybe, and by the way, Dex just texted us. Is Capo included in this trade?
He's going in another trade, according to Michael Russo.
Billy Guerin!
Capo Kakinen on the move to somewhere.
Billy Guerin!
Okay, so he is. Sources say, according to the Athletic, Mike Russo, Kakinen is being traded in a different direction. So I'm sure we'll get that
Cam
in like
Talbot
3 minutes here too.
And Fleury.
And it becomes a first-round pick if the Wild make the Western Conference Finals.
Okay, that's cool. That's great. That's fantastic.
Love it.
But this now gives you the potential stability in goal that you completely lacked. And it's an easy sell because while I'm sure Talbot will be a little bit disappointed, he, again, is being put with one of the most popular goaltenders, successful, and considered to be a surefire Hall of Fame player, right? Mm-hmm. So like, it's not like, again, they brought in some slappy goaltender and told Cam, it's not your time. Sorry, dude. You are giving yourself a better chance right now.
It's crazy how fast news is flying here. We actually have a reaction from Bill Guerin here off of this blockbuster trade.
Listen, you guys know what this is all about, right? Right? What's it all about? Spurgey?
Hard work and having fun.
That. This is about winning.
Yeah, right.
There it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at Declan. Declan's looking into Wild tickets now. Declan's going to go broke on Twins and Wild ducats.
Dex, we're going to see Declan sitting courtside at Wolves games with his shoes off next to Mark Lowry.
He's going to be homeless besides that, but he's going to have tickets to everything.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So here's my biggest question for you guys. So, how much better is the best version of Marc-Andre Fleury, and how much further can they go compared to the best version of Cam Talbot over the next 2 or 3 months?
I think the reality is this. I think that we know that when Fleury is at his best, and keep in mind, he was a pivotal reason why the Golden Knights beat you in a 7-game first-round series last spring. We know that he can be fantastic.
Yeah.
Cam Talbot, he can be fine, but we've seen the ups and downs. And I think the most important thing here, too, the secondary point, is this. This sends a message because you're getting a popular guy who's really good. This sends an important message that goes back to the clip in training camp, Phil, that you just played, right? Which is, okay, if you're going to tell me I've got a chance, then give me the support. Back me up, right? This does that. But yes, when Marc-Andre Fleury is at his best, it's proven that he is definitely a better goaltender than Cam Talbot. There is no part of this trade, especially for a conditional pick and a first-round pick, if you make the Western Conference Finals. Yes, sign me up for that. This is, to me, the type of move that, again, Minnesota sports teams typically are afraid to make or don't find a way to make. Congratulations, Bill Guerin. This creates more excitement. It's great. I love it, Declan.
Yeah, analytically, and numbers-wise, he's honestly been very similar to the Wild's goaltending situation as a whole this season, but Chicago's defense is horrible. They are not as good as people thought they were going to be, and, Fleury's coming off a Vezina year last season with Vegas. Is he at that Vezina level still? No. But is he an upgrade over Cam Talbot and Capo Kakinen long-term? Yes. The Wild's defense has suggested if they just get average goaltending, they should be winning more games. And I think that's the floor of expectation for Fleury, to have average goaltending. And if he can rise up and be the guy he was with Vegas and the cup winner that he was with Pittsburgh, obviously that's the end goal here. But in general, he is an upgrade for your team, and it's the most pivotal position to make an upgrade at as goaltender. So bravo for Bill Guerin.
Listen,
I'm on Bill Guerin.
Here's another statement for you guys. I'm not going to pretend that Billy Guerin and Derek Falvey and Minnesota sports executives listen to every second of Mackie and Judd and Purple Daily. Okay, I'm sure they miss an episode here and there. Got family and work obligations, but to Judd's question earlier, what state is this?
I don't know where I am.
Is it possible that some of these front offices have become as fed up with mediocrity and the men's championship drought as we have? I mean, we sit here and our motto on Purple Daily is we want Super Bowls before we die, right? We want championships on Mackie and Judd. We're not interested in sneaking into the playoffs anymore. We're not interested in a 5-year window down the road with the next wave of prospects that could come up. If you have a chance to crack that window open, take it. But I feel like we've been fighting, I guess hypothetically fighting, or figuratively fighting these front offices. Like, you guys, quit being afraid of backlash if you take a chance on someone. So I just want to raise my hand and say, if this backfires and they get swept in 4 games in the first round, I care, but it doesn't make it the wrong move. This is the right move for the Minnesota Wild, just like signing Carlos Correa to a mercenary contract was the right move for the Minnesota Twins. Correct. Even if the season goes up in flames. Like, these are the things you should be doing when you have a win-now window.
And that gives me my next statement, Phil, which is this. And this is what they're doing. I love it. Find a way. Don't tell me, can't do that, too expensive. Find a way. In the case of Correa, and now with the Flower, you found a way. Bill Guerin did not want to trade a first-round pick. And he made that very clear. And instead of saying, well, if you're just going to... I can't do a thing here. He said, all right. They came to the agreement. If we make the Western Conference Finals, again, the Western Conference, a place that you haven't been since 2003, then you get a first rounder. Correa, right? I saw, how many times did I see it tweeted? Well, it's going to be for 1 year, and I don't care. I'm so fed up, I don't care. It's going to be for the Twins got done.
They didn't lose anything.
They lost nothing.
They're spending money on one of the best players in baseball.
And if
it's awesome.
And if Carlos Correa can hit the market starting next winter, and he has had the success that lands him that massive, huge contract, guess what? He's had an unbelievable year for you. So, yeah, I'm tired of, well, Correa wants too much. It's too long term. You know what? They found a way. Fleury, they found a way. Find a way.
There's some speculation, by the way, that so Carlos Correa, just quick side street here. Carlos Correa switched agents this offseason on the verge of this, what he thought was going to be probably a $250 or $300 million contract. And so he jumped on board with Scott Boras. Mm-hmm. And there's some speculation that Scott Boras, who is the mastermind behind some of these creative contracts, including this one, that he wants to cash in on the full deal. That apparently, like, if you switch agents in the offseason like this, that maybe his old agent would get some part of the I don't know how, but there's some speculation that, like, to guarantee that Boras gets the full crack at the next contract, that they structured it this way. And so if they're just using the Twins for contract leverage in a year from now, who cares? Who cares if he can help you
win
completely.
A
playoff game for the first time since 2004? So, okay, so what now? And if you want to do it in statement form, go to Declan here. Or whatever form you want. So what now for the Wild? They've been struggling. They give up a ton of crooked numbers, but they also score among the best teams in the NHL. So, what are your expectations? What do you think this does for the rest of the regular season, for the playoffs? So let's look ahead here.
Yeah, I think the expectation is you have your final piece in place, which is a good thing for the Wild. The Wild's offense has been on fire. The defense has been very, very sound this season, even though they lack some physical size. This is exactly what the Wild need to get over the hump. They need a goaltender to steal them situations in the postseason. Eventually, your offense sometimes is going to go quiet. That's what happened to the Wild last year. Vegas had the method of, we're going to shut down Kirill Kaprizov, and can the Wild beat us with us shutting him down? And the answer was no. The Knights were able to beat you in 7 games, coincidentally, with Marc-Andre Fleury also in net. Who was phenomenal in that series. Now that the Wild have Marc-Andre Fleury, they have the ability to potentially steal a game or 2 in the playoffs, which you need. If you're going to make 4 rounds and get 16 wins to win a Stanley Cup, your goaltender has to steal you at a minimum of 3 to 4 games where he stands on his head if your offense isn't able to light up the score sheet. So expectations are, I think Fleury will get his feet wet here. I don't think, Judd, they're going to be in a situation where they're running him out like a Devin Dubnyk, 38 consecutive games or rest of the games to end the regular season. I would even still bet to keep Marc-Andre fresh. It's probably still in that sweet little 60-40 split between him and Cam Talbot if indeed Kaapo Kähkönen is on his way out here. But the expectation is you now have your last piece to potentially go and win a Stanley Cup instead of potentially being bounced in the first round, which is what it kind of felt like it was trending towards over the last few weeks.
Speaking of bounces too, and balancing acts and puzzles, I think that this puts Talbot probably where he belongs because he can be effective. And I believe he has now won 5 consecutive games. So, like, he has come back and played better. But I think what this does is this is going to send a bolt of energy through this entire team that's going to be extremely important. Because what it's going to say is we are all in. Gentlemen, we are all in now. And like, in Guerin's case, it's easy to the first day of training camp say, hey, Spurgey, what's the goal here? It's to effing win. But that's one thing. But to be willing to then back that up. And we talk about, Phil, chemistry, right? And chemistry trades, and you got to be careful about the chemistry and blah, blah, blah. And that can be true. But what this does is this puts a guy who I think everybody loves and who has had success into the locker room, and it bolsters things. And I really think that this is going to be like a new battery. I think this is going to be the type of thing. The problem is previous Wild attempts at something even remotely close to this, like the Martin Hanzal trade, right? That was no jolt. That was sort of it turned out a dead ass, which was unfortunate. But this is going to be a jolt, and it's going to be an impressive one. And I think it's going to help really prove to this team that, hey, look, we have aspirations here. And this first round crap, we're done with. This first round. And if we make the conference finals and we give up a first round pick, hallelujah, God bless America, love that. But on and off the ice, I think this sends such an important message because this team at some point in time at either center, defense, or as Declan talked about, in goal, needed a significant type of splash upgrade. And in my opinion, Fleury got that. And look, Fleury in Chicago was miserable. That team sucks. They're terrible. So like this whole thing about, well, look at his stats. He gave up 5 goals last night to the Jets. Okay, he did. But you know what? The team's awful. They cashed this in ages ago. They are literally dumping anyone that they possibly can who's not named Kane and Tays. So I love this. It sends a great message. I think it sends that to the players, to the fan base. And yes, this gives them, I think, at goal now, a better chance to definitely win a round or two than they had last night.
Couple crazy things about Marc-Andre Fleury here. So this dude has played 162 postseason games in his near 2-decade career. 162 postseason games, 3 cups. He has not allowed more than 3 goals in a playoff game in 18 starts. So is he potentially going to give up a crooked number here or there, beyond 3? Yeah. But he has not allowed more than 3 goals in a postseason start in 18 postseason games.
Yep.
Now, I might have just jinxed it. He's going to give up 6 in the first game of the first round.
Yep.
But he tightens the clamps when it matters most. I also want to add, too, that it feels like the Wild are going to ride into the postseason with some momentum. And if you like to ride, Dennis Kirk is here for you. Okay, show us your rides. Take a selfie, take a picture of your motorcycle, your sport bike, whatever it is, and show us how you're taking advantage of riding season. Dennis Kirk has been a partner of ours from the start at Score North, and if you're a motorcycle guy or gal, they've got you covered with free shipping on orders over $89, 160,000 parts and accessories in stock, and they offer same-day shipping on orders placed before 8 p.m. So spring is gearing up. Dennis Kirk is also gearing up for you at DennisKirk.com, boys.
Dare I say, this is the most excited I've been about teams in this town. And this is with the Vikings doing nothing in how long? Like 10 years?
What do you mean?
It's been a while.
They brought their franchise quarterback back.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I have been
They're bringing the
this
band back
excited
together.
by multiple teams. Yeah, that's great. It has been a long time since I have been this. The Wolves are good. The Wild just made a trade that bolsters them. The Twins just signed the best free agent on the market It has been a long time since I have felt this uplifted about the Minnesota sports team. There it is. Wave that flag. The X is the place to be, boys.
I would argue, despite this trade, that there might be another place to be on the other side, the other Twin City that we'll talk about. Let's take a pause quick here, though, because we didn't expect this breaking news to go down, and we know Declan's got to fire some stuff off.
I got an Amex card. I got some season ticket deposits.
You're going to be so broke.
Yeah.
I hope the gal makes a lot because you're going to be in trouble.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Then put it on her card.
We'll be fine. We'll be good. Thank God for her.
All right,
Legends
Mackie
Club.
and Judd, we're going to collect ourselves real quick here.